folks, it's Nick Granville. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I thought I bought a new pedal. I was away on the weekend. We played the Tauranga Jazz Festival. My band was the headline act. Which was super cool. Had 3 drummers on the gig, and we had a little bit of downtime in the I was going to say intermission, but it wasn't intermission. It was kind of the time between sound check and show. I was just kind of scrolling through Facebook Marketplace as one does, and I saw this, an ODR 100, ODR Mini 2 rather. And, you know, kind of a pedal that's pretty hyped up, right? Like you see a lot of people talking about this. So I thought, I'm going to check it out. I'm going to get one. So I grabbed it and I just picked it up this morning. This is like my first impressions, if you will. So Fender Telecaster. This is my clean sound on the bridge pickup. I'm running through a Fender Bassman amp into a 1x12 cabinet. Cabinets in the other room, just mic'd with an SM57. Standard kind of stuff. It's running a little bit of reverb from the Hall of Fame because the Bassman has no reverb on it. All other pedals are off. It's just a tuner, harmonic tremolo, and a delay, and I'm not using those at the moment. So this is all controls at 12, bridge pickup on a telly. For me, one of the things is, like, if I want that classic rock kind of sound, one song that always comes to mind is It's Only Love, which is Bryan Adams and Tina Turner. And so if I can do that, that's the classic rock sound to me. So it does that pretty well. You have 4 controls. You have a drive, a level, a spectrum, which we'll talk about that in a minute, and then this bass cut. The bass cut's really handy because I believe a lot of people whinged and moaned about how much bottom end this has. I'll show you what I mean. Put it on full. It's a lower to bottom end, right? So I find like about halfway. And if I turn it fully. So I'd probably like run it on the low bass cut if I was using humbuckers. So speaking of different tones, let's swap over to a P90 guitar. Should have a little more push. This is my Paul Reed Smith guitar with Mr. Glyn Cool 90s. So these are slightly lower P90s, more vintagey spec. So as you can hear, it's a pretty transparent kind of sound, isn't it? Let's try a Les Paul humbucker guitar. So does it well. For me, I'm kind of hearing this as a pedal that suits single coils. And that's probably why all the Nashville people like it, right? Like the telly players. Because it seems to suit that single coil thing. And it's funny, the guy that I bought it off, a really nice chap called Wolf, I said, why are you getting rid of it? And he said, well, that he finds it just doesn't have enough brightness. And so that probably makes sense with the telly, right? See his neck pickup? Pretty cool. Let's turn the drive up, eh? Let's go about 3/4. Maybe put a bit of delay on. And that'd be a good, like, kind of lead tone for a classic rock setting. If you turn it down, the drive that is, maybe compensate with a little more level. Nice kind of boost, but it's sort of fattening. People talk about this as being transparent. I don't think it really is. It kind of is, but I don't really want transparent anyway, if I'm completely honest. I just want it to sound bigger and better, right? Not necessarily bigger, but, you know what I mean, larger than life. So that's cool. Let's go back to where we were. Let's turn the spectrum up. Yeah, so you can see why, like, players like Tom Bukovac and Tim Pierce and Rob Harris and all these players love this pedal. I don't know that that's a sound I'd ever go for. Maybe if you did that just a little bit back, but you cut the bass too. That's kind of an interesting tone, right? Like a tonal choice. I mean, it all depends on which guitar you're using, of course, right? So what do I think about it? I think it's really good. Is the ODR Mini 2 as good as a real ODR? I don't know. You know, I've never tried one, so maybe some people say they are. Tom Bukovac is often talking about how the originals are so much better than all the other ones he's tried, and I mean, and that guy would know, right? Like he, you know, some people might not hear a difference, but you know, they don't really have a fine-tuned ear like he does, and also too, you know, when you're in the studio, it's just different because you kind of hear things under a microscope. If you're hearing something on YouTube, you know, you're only hearing one, how the person decided to record it, but also like YouTube compression and stuff like that. So I would kind of trust his opinion on that and go, right, if he's thinking that the originals sound better than these ones, then that's probably true. One thing that is good about this that I like over the originals is having that bass cut. I think the originals, if they were kind of where this is set to full bass, I'd find that too much, right? And that's a complaint I hear from a lot of people, that they find... I hear from a lot of people, complaint is that there's just too much bottom end in the originals. So should you get one? Yeah, they're not that much money, and they do sound good, and they're a super useful classic rock tone. They're a legendary pedal for a reason, in my opinion. So, you know, if you can pick one up and add it to your arsenal, why not? Am I going to be taking it to gigs? Yeah, why not? You know what I mean? It doesn't take up much room. I can fit it on a small little part of my pedal board. Probably not on this pedal board, or maybe. But, you know. Yeah. So anyway, just thought I'd share some thoughts. Nobody at Nobels paid me for this. I don't know anyone there. I bought the pedal, paid my own money. I bought it second hand, gave it a go. Thought if it sucks, well, I haven't spent that much money. I'll be able to sell it again for the same price. But I'm going to hang on to it, and I'm going to use it. It's another tool. Stay cool. Catch you soon. Cheers.